Alright, hello Aries. Thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot for your monthly reading for the month of March. This is the first big monthly reading that we're doing, and we're doing this as kind of like a token of appreciation for reaching 100 subscribers. So we're going to be pulling a bunch of cards here to kind of build up the profile of what's going on for you for the next month, Aries. And if this reading resonates with you, also check out your sun, moon, and rising, and then also be on the lookout for your weekly readings because those will kind of develop more of an understanding of like how the rest of the month is going to progress. So Aries, starting here in your area of general energy and kind of your area of above right now, this is what you're expressing to the world going into the month of March. Here we have the Four of Shells, which is telling you that we need to do a little bit of soul searching and reevaluation. So I think with this month, you're going to be wiping the slate clean, definitely starting in on some new projects, just kind of reevaluating how you're looking at different situations right now. And a lot of that reevaluation is also going to be reevaluating yourself right now and kind of like your place in the world. And let's go ahead and clarify a little bit further though. So we're going to pull 3 cards on this next row for your career, for finances, and also for love here. So Aries, here in your area of kind of career and school for now, we have the Four of Swords card, which is kind of like the card of like rest and reprieve. After like a tremendous battle, now you're willing to kind of take some time for yourself. And I think that that's the area where you're going to be doing a lot of soul searching in this month. I don't think that your soul searching is going to be too much in the area of like love and family and friends. It seems like your area of soul searching right now, where you're kind of reevaluating everything, is going to be in your area of career and school. So you're kind of mulling things over and kind of deciding if the path that you've been heading down the beginning of this year is like what you want to maintain for the rest of the year. A lot of people earlier this year in January, we were really held up by the different retrogrades and everybody got started on things in February. So going all through February, all the signs were really focused, like laser focused on moving forward with whatever they had going on, like, you know, new career opportunities, new school opportunities. And right now, though, I think that you're really just taking a time. It doesn't mean that you're stopping. It doesn't mean that you're undoing everything that you did, but you're kind of just starting to see like how the puzzle pieces are fitting together. Sometimes we can get caught up in a grind so much that we kind of forget why we're doing things in the first place. And I think that the big energy for you going into March is gonna be just kind of like understanding like, oh yeah, like reminding yourself almost like, why am I doing this? Okay, yeah, that's why. Or why am I doing this? I don't know. So maybe you need to do something else, right? Here in your area of finances, though, there's a lot of stability here with the Nine of Pentacles card. This is super great to see in the area of finances, especially as a Pentacles card. I think that right now, you know, your finances are going to be pretty secure for this month. There shouldn't be anything catastrophic happening. And I think that a lot of this security that you have and a lot of this abundance that you could be growing for yourself and for other people right now is because you put in so much work for the rest of this year. Like really starting this year strong, building up a really secure, stable position for yourself. And then finally, going into your area of love, we have the High Priestess card. Kind of an interesting card to pop up in the area of love. This doesn't jump out at me as an Aries that's going to really be seeking love opportunities this month, especially if you're doing a lot of soul searching and reevaluating yourself and your morals and your principles. Right now, you're not really going to be focused too much on that. It doesn't mean that somebody couldn't come into your life right now out of the blue, but for right now, I'd say that it's safe to say that there's no giant love prospects on the horizon for Aries for this month. So if you're already in like a pretty stable and secure situation, don't expect any big shakeups or drama going into this month. And if you're single right now, I'd say, you know, you can keep on, of course you should always be looking. And if you have a great opportunity open up for you, you should really, you know, try to jump towards that if it's a healthy situation. But at the same time, I think that this month is going to be more about Aries loving themselves. Here, we're going to pull 2 cards, one for your friends and family. And here is one for your obstacles that we're overcoming. And then finally, our last one is going to be our solution to those obstacles. So here in your area of friends and family, we have the Knight of Wands card. So I think that you could just be confronted with like a lot of... I think that a lot of people right now could be coming around to kind of support some creative ambition that you have. If you've gotten started on some new big, if you've gotten started on some new big fiery project that you're really passionate about, even though you're taking time to slow down a little bit and kind of reflect on things, you have a lot of people around you right now who are really supporting you and pushing you forward. So there's going to be like a little bit of tension right now between like where your mind is as far as like reevaluating what you're doing, and then also this energy, this chaotic, powerful energy around you of people who really believe in you and they're wanting to push you forward. And I see that represented here as your obstacle with the Chariot card. You're leaving something behind here and you're traveling forward on like this new journey. And you're being propelled forward by the two sphinxes here at the front. On the original tarot card, actually on this one too, they're facing two different directions. So it's kind of like they're pulling you in like either way. So even though you're making progress forward right now, as by like your family and friends here really surrounding you and like giving you the energy that you need to move forward, at the same time, you're gonna feel like a little bit conflicted about which way you should be going right now. And that's why you kind of need to go back to this like rest and reprieve here on like your career and really understand your ambitions right now. As long as you understand your ambitions, though, you have the personal drive to make things happen. And it seems like you're surrounded by people right now who also really believe in what you're doing. Here in your area of an outcome, not as an outcome, but it's like overcoming that obstacle, we have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is all about finding that balance between two different things right now. So you're really going to be confronted with like this difficulty with like balancing how like the expectations of people around you. These people around you right now, they're going to say that like, oh, Aries, they got started on this tremendous project. It's a big deal. It's going to make them like a big name. And right now you're feeling as though, okay, well, is it though? And then you're kind of like reevaluating things. I just think that that's where your headspace is at right now, Aries. You're really just kind of reevaluating things for yourself, and you have a lot of people kind of pushing you forward, and that can kind of create some like antagonisms at the same time. I'd really be on the lookout this month, Aries, for like the energy of like being forced into certain situations. Like if you don't feel like you're ready to take on a certain role, then really just speak up and make that known. Like if you're being offered these weird leadership roles that maybe you're not ready for, then just go ahead and take the opportunity to like let everybody know. Some of these cards are upside down, or they're not. They appear as though they're upside down. All right, and then Aries, finally going into the end of the reading here, we're gonna pull two cards, one for the beginning of the month, and then one here for the end of the month. So at the beginning of the month here, kind of like what you're gonna be focusing on, like what you're gonna really be investing most of your energy here into is the Six of Crystals, which is talking about synergy and gratitude. And also here, I mean, you're surrounded by somebody else. There's somebody standing there with you. Even if you're feeling like a little bit apprehensive about how to move forward on something, you're still surrounded by like really supportive friends and family who are like totally like gassing you up right now. And then going into the end of the month, we have the Ten of Feathers card, all about recovery and transformation. I'd definitely be open right now, Aries, if you feel as though you're being pushed into a certain situation that you're not quite ready for, if there are certain like leadership roles or certain opportunities that you feel like you haven't grown enough to take on this responsibility, this is going to be where you really reevaluate things. And then the mature decision would be then to, if you're not ready for something, then okay, you can give it up to somebody else who is. Or if you don't have all the tools that you need, then you can start finding people who can give you the tools that you need right now, Aries. So this is a pretty positive reading, though. I see like a big journey here that you're going to be going through this month, Aries. So I'm really excited to go along on that journey with you because I'm also an Aries. So I'd say that right now, really just focus on I'd really focus right now on like course correction. You can put all of your energy into something, but if you're going in a totally wrong direction, and in like a year or like 2 years later, you're going to find out, oh shit, I wasted all my time. And then you're going to have to like veer off course and then go back towards where your dreams were. So keep on supplying that energy to whatever you're getting into, Aries, but just keep on reminding yourself this month especially about why you're doing that, what your end goals are, what you hope to accomplish, and remind yourself too of like the big principles that you have, and like kind of remind yourself constantly, is what I'm doing right now advancing my principles as a person? Am I adhering to like the ethics that I've established for myself? I think that's what you should really be asking yourself right now, Aries, moving forward. And I think that if you can, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of recovery here. I think that you could just recover yourself back onto the path that you needed to be on. And as far as transformation goes, maybe there are things that you need to transform entirely. So this is going to be a big month of like, this is really strong energy here, but it's very subdued. It's not like big crazy things happening. It's not big opportunities landing in your lap. This is more of like you really gaining a sense of like who you are and what you want to accomplish for this month, Aries. And here at the end of the reading, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So if you want to pause the video and think of 3 questions, we're going to pull those 3 cards now. So Aries, we're going to pull 1, 2, and 3. So Aries, for your first question here with the Ace of Cups, I have a yes. For your second question, I have a no. And for your last question here with the Empress card, I have a definite yes. So Aries, thank you so much for joining us for your first monthly reading, and thank you for bearing with us as we kind of understand this new crazy format that I've built here. Definitely check out your upcoming weekly readings Definitely check out all of your upcoming weekly readings to get like a better understanding of like how this month is going to break down, so we can kind of join you on that journey, Aries. If this reading resonated with you, please check out your sun, moon, and rising, subscribe down below, and like this video, and we'll see you next week.